guys. All right, today we are going to be working on data, okay, which is line plots, bar graphs, and pictographs, okay? You've done these before in second grade, I know you have, but now we're going to do the math that goes with it, okay? So that's what we're going to be working on today. All right, so let's take a look at a line plot, okay? This is an April temperatures line plot, okay? Whenever you see data represented by a pictograph, a bar graph, or a line plot, the first thing you want to do is you want to look and see what information we know. Look at the title, okay? This chart shows us the high temperatures for the month of April, okay? Then we come down to the bottom and it shows us all of the temperatures that April had. 62 degrees was the lowest and it went up to 73 degrees, okay? And it gives you the temperature right there, okay? Each of these X's is how many days in April the temperature hit that degree. So 64 degrees, it only got there one day. 67 degrees, there were 3 days that it got to 67. 69 degrees, had 4 days, okay? So let's look over here and see what we know. We know that the temperature ranged from 62 to 73 degrees, right? And it shows us right there. The temperature hit 66 degrees the most number of days. That means out of all the days in April, there were more days that hit 66 degrees than any other, and you can see that it has 5 here, and that's more than any other degree, okay? Now let's answer some questions. How many days did the temperature hit 65, 66, and 69 degrees? Well, we have to take that information and combine, okay? Add it up. So 65, here's 65, we had 4, okay? The next one is 66. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it asks for 69. So we come over here and we have 4 more, right? So if we combine those, we have 9 plus 4 is 13. Okay? So whenever it's asking for more than one day, more than one time that it hit the degrees, you want to add those together. All right, let's try another one. All right, so this is also a line plot. It shows the August temperatures, okay, and it's set up the same way. The temperatures ranged from 58 to 65, and it shows the number of days that it got to each of those temperatures. Look at 63. It hit 63 a lot of different days, didn't it? Okay, so what do we know? The temperature ranged from 58 to 65 degrees. The temperature hit 63 degrees on more days than any other. Okay, now let's try some questions. How many more days did the temperature hit 63 degrees than 61 degrees? So what kind of math do we have to do when we hear how many more? Do you remember what we do here? We need to subtract. Okay, so we're going to take the number of days at 63 degrees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 days hit 63 degrees, and now we need to look to 61 degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 9 take away 6 gives us 3. 3 more days hit 63 degrees than 61. The next question says, how many more days did the temperature hit 63 degrees and above than 60 and below? So we're going to start at 63 degrees, right here, and we're going to see how many days it hit 63 and above and 60 and below. So we know here we said we had 9. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but it's asking for 63 degrees and above, so we also need to include those. So this was 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 over here, and then 60 and below. So we need to look at the 60, the 59, and the 58. We have 3 and 3 is 6. 1 more is 7. The question is asking, how many more days did it hit these degrees than these? So what kind of math do we have to do? We have to subtract. 15 take away 7 gives us 8. So it hit 63 and above 8 more days than it did 60 and below. All right, we're going to try another one, and then I'm going to have you try some. Okay, so this chart shows time to run 1 mile line plot. So this is how long it took in minutes. Remember, you always need to read the information that it gives us. Okay, these are the number of minutes. This is how many children ran the mile in that many minutes. So 1 child ran it in 13 minutes. 3 children ran it in 12 minutes. 4 children ran it in 11 minutes. Do you see how to read that? Okay. So now you're going to try 2 by yourself. So you're going to get your white piece of paper. Okay. Fold it once like this and fold it again like this. Okay. Open it up, and I want you to put number 1 and number 2. Okay. And your questions number 1 and number 2 are right here. Okay, I want you to pause the video. You might need to zoom in to enlarge it so you can read those really clearly. And once you're finished with numbers 1 and 2, then go ahead and push play again, okay? All right, so now we're gonna look at a pictograph. This is a hockey team's pictograph. A pictograph uses pictures to display information. Just as a line plot used X's, now we're going to use pictures. So this is the number of hockey teams in each league. We have the East Falls League, the North Falls League, the South Falls League, and the West Falls League. Okay? This right here is really important. A lot of people forget to go to the bottom and read what each picture represents. It doesn't always count for 1. Each hockey stick doesn't necessarily count for 1. You have to look down here. So every time you see the cross, the hockey sticks crossing, that equals 2 teams. If you just see 1, it equals 1 team. And that's what we know. 2 hockey sticks is 2 teams. 1 hockey stick is 1 team. Okay? So the East Falls has 2, 4, 6, 7 teams. The North Falls has 2, 4, 5 teams. Do you see how I'm counting that? The South Falls has 2, 4 teams, and the West Falls has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 teams. So let's look at some questions. Which league has the most teams? Which has the least? Well, which one had the most? We said that this one had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So the West Falls teams have the most, or league, sorry, has the most teams, okay? Which has the least? What do you think? The South Falls, it only has 4. Okay, let's look at another question. How many more teams are in West Falls than in North Falls? Okay, well, we said West Falls has 11, right? We counted those by 2s, and that last one gave us 11. How many more teams are in West Falls than in North Falls? 2, 4, 5. So 11 take away 5, because it says how many more, gives us 6. There are 6 more teams in West Falls than there are in North Falls. Okay, pretty easy, isn't it? Okay, let's look at another one. All right, so this is a bar graph, okay? Same thing, it's just giving information, but you have to read all around the bar graph to understand it, all right? So this is a hockey goals bar graph scored by players. Here are the players, Alex, Cindy, Jack, and Reggie. And over here it gives us the number of goals that each of them scored, okay? So Alex, if we come all the way up here, it's on the line between 8 and 10. So what number do you think would come right there between 8 and 10? What do you think? it would be 9. So Alex scored 9 goals. Okay? Then we look at Cindy. The top of Cindy's bar graph hits this line. This line falls right between 6 and 8. So how many goals do you think Cindy scored? The number between 6 and 8 would be 7. Okay, Jack comes up to this line. If we come all the way across, it's right on the 4. So Jack scored 4 goals. Okay, and then Reggie, if we come up to the top of this line, come all the way across, it's right on the 8. So Reggie scored 8 goals. Okay, so let's look at what we know. 4 children kept track of the number of goals they made. The scale counts by 2s. So now I'm going to give you time to answer some questions about this bar graph on your paper. Okay, so you have on your paper 1 and 2 right here. Now you're going to do 3 and 4 right here. Who scored the most goals? Who scored the least amount of goals? How many more goals did Alex and Reggie score than Cindy and Jack? So on this, you want to combine Alex and Reggie, combine their total number, then combine Cindy and Jack, right? Then because it says how many more, what kind of math do you have to do once you have those 2 numbers? You subtract, okay? So go ahead and pause the video, do questions 3 and 4 on your paper, and when you're ready, go ahead and push play again. All right, this is our last one that we're going to do today. This is, again, a pictograph because it shows pictures. Tri-Town Sports Center, the number of hours the lights are on each week. Now remember what we said earlier, you have to look to the bottom to see how many hours each of these light bulbs represents. Each light bulb equals 10 hours. So you have to count by what? By tens. A half of a light bulb would be half of that. So 5 hours, okay? So the exercise room, it had the lights on for that number of hours. You have to count by tens and a 5. The locker room had the lights on for that many hours. The swimming pool had the lights on for that many hours. The tennis court had the lights on for that many hours, okay? So this is it. This is what you're gonna do now. Pause the video. You're gonna probably need to zoom in so you can read questions 5, 6, 7, and 8. And you're gonna do these on the back of the page, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? And you're gonna bring these to school tomorrow and we're gonna check them during our math circles. Okay? Take your time, do a great job. I know there's a lot of writing here, but pause the video, zoom in on it, and I know you can do it. All right? Good job, third graders. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.